Hmm? Yes. The armbar for mount is a pretty important move to have because it takes advantage of some really stupid and simple tendencies that people have when you have them in mount. So look, imagine that you're on top of me in full mount and you're punching me in the face. One of the things that I'm going to do is this, if I don't know what I'm doing. People they try to push you off of them, and a lot of times they try to turn away at the same time. It's just something that you see. You can see it a lot in early UFCs. It's ridiculous because they didn't know what they were doing. But these trained fighters in other martial arts just didn't know any better than to, not give up that armbar. So you have to be able to take advantage of that. Here's how you throw a really fast armbar for mount to exploit their idiocy. Armbar for mount. It's debatable whether or not I even want you to go for this move. I would say it might be best to just keep your top position and pound the crap out of them. However, a lot of guys are just so desperate to get out of this thing that they just give you this armbar. So Tom's tired of getting hit. He literally pushes to one side like that, and he just holds his arm up. I mean, as a self-respecting jiu-jitsu guy, I just can't turn it down. So I grab his arm, deep overhook grip. I'm going to come across his face. I literally smush his face to the ground, but then I go all the way to the floor. Look, if you want to post up on his face, that's fine. I tend to be more comfortable on stable surfaces. Now, one good reason to post up on the guy's face, other than for the sake of sheer punishment, is to prevent him from turning back into you to escape your armbar. When Tom is getting armbarred, he's going to want to pull his elbow to the ground and turn into me to get up on top of me. And if his head is pinned to this side, well, he can't very well turn this way because he'd snap his neck, unless he can pull some crazy exorcist type stuff. So actually what I do, which is kind of like the next level of this, is I post my hand on his face and I actually slide my hand to the ground and I pin his face with my forearm. So I have my hand on the ground, my forearm on his face, and then I can kick my leg around and finish the move. That's the next level if you want to try it out. So I go to this stable surface and I hop my hips. I want my junk to hit him in the back of the arm as my right leg comes up. So I'm here, pop, all right? Now I've bundled him up. The fight that Tom has to fight is to get his arm back and to get his elbow down. Tom, try to get your elbow down. Yeah, really tough for him because I trapped it with my hips. So much of successful jiu-jitsu is blocking stuff with your hips. So Tom starts pushing against me, I cross face him, pop up. Now from here I got a lot of weight on my left hand. I'm gonna just sit back and immediately trap his head with my flat left leg. Bam, okay? I wanna point out, need to squeeze my knees together. That keeps his arm in tight. That makes it a little tougher for him to rotate. Some guys clamp this leg in tight like this. I don't like that because I think it gives his head some room and it gives him a lot of leverage to push on this. I personally like driving my leg straight. So your legs have to be doing different things. My right arm or my right leg is clamping in, squeezing in. This one is driving straight and down. If you let the guy move his head around, he's got a good chance of getting out. And it's your leg's job to secure his dome. So Tom, start telling a story.
So one day I walk into a bar and I go up to the bartender.
That's what it should sound like when I'm applying this. So I'm messing with his air. The whole time he's fighting to keep this arm, I'm clamping his head down. His way out is to get that head out and sit up. I'm not going to let that happen. Now, I push my arm in, driving my hips in. I keep everything super tight. Now, this is like a traditional dog fight. There's a lot of guys that are going to have a real quick way to spin out of this. One way that I saw Fedor finish arm bars, he slides in, up on the wrist. So Tom, show him this. I got my wrist, like this bone, high up on his wrist. Now I kind of lean to my left. So I'm in here, I lean to my left. Go ahead, grab your hands. I crank back. Now it's not an ideal leverage position for him. His wrists are fighting against each other, and then I sit back. It's almost like a half moon. Like I kind of swing this way and back. I want my wrist to be as high up on here as I possibly can, so I have some leverage, and then I get the immediate tap. That's one way to do it. Here's another ninja trick from Fedor that I use to finish arm bars. Cool little Fedor trick. So if my right arm is back, I'm using that to push in. Take a look at where his solar plexus are. I go boom. Okay. So sweet. The moment that he gets pounded right there, and look, I didn't even do that hard and Tom wasn't thinking about his arms at all. You just want to bam, boom, and you go immediately into your arm bar. That's another way to do it. Now, sometimes you go to finish the arm bar and the guy is ridiculously strong and he's clamping his arms super tight, and maybe my little ninja tricks here don't necessarily work. Maybe you're really tired and you just can't break his arms apart. I have a super kick-ass secret way to just dislocate the guy's elbow and tear up his bicep. However, you have to go to howtofightnow.com in order to get it. You can click the link in the video description box, or you can type in howtofightnow.com up in the little browser bar, John. One way or the other, the move is free. So go to my website to get it. I'll see you there. Yeah.